In my past videos, we were talking a lot about overarching perspectives which can make your life more fulfilling. Today we want to go in depth on what components you can optimize for your everyday experience. There are 5 aspects which I want to discuss today. Some of them were already mentioned in my comparison with RPGs, but now we want to take a more generalized approach. We are going to ignore individual differences here. Some aspects might work as we discuss here for you, others might not. You always need to find out yourself what works best. Starting with nutrition. This is just a quick rundown on what certain intakes can improve for you. Prioritizing protein and fiber in your diet will satisfy your hunger more efficiently and sustainable, and will also not knock you out after eating them as much as carbohydrates and fats do. Depending on what your goals are, you might want to eat more or less calories than your base requirement, but do not do too much. A diet just 100 or 200 calories less than your base level and 100 or 200 calories more than your total consumption will be more sustainable and less stressing, so it will promise long-term effects instead of short-term ones. Drink water, drink only water, and drink enough water. Having drinking water as a way to cope with acute stress can make a win out of something sometimes unchangeable. One pro tip: especially meat and dairy products will make your blood vessels less able to supply your body with oxygen. So if you aim for peak performance, you might want to try out eating vegan for a while and see if it feels any different. Moving on to sleep. Find out what sleeping hours work best for you and try to stick to them as much as possible. Having a dysfunctional sleeping pattern will cost you a lot of possible energy. While sleeping, your body does a full reset to provide maximum performance for the next day. In the brain, it will clear out all the byproducts of its activity during the day so that it can function properly again. Using power naps can help regaining some energy if your night's sleep wasn't ideal, and I have observed that it also helps me with mental blockades, so that I often gain new motivation after having slept just for a few minutes. I usually set a timer between 20 and 30 minutes, and even if I only manage to fall asleep for a few minutes in that time, I get new boosts to engage the rest of my day. Let's talk quickly about fitness. Doing regular sports promises increase in a lot of great properties. Increasing your stamina will help you with everyday physical activities like walking upstairs or doing work around the house. Increasing strength can also be quite practical for housework and helping others. Being physically active can also promise some useful or just interesting skills like climbing or competitive sports. Combine this with increasing definition of your physique and it will ultimately also help you out socially. Now, 2 aspects which I personally benefit from a lot. The first is stimulation, which we have talked about so much on this channel already. Regaining the freedom of being bored and the ability to prolong rewards will increase your creative and productive output exponentially. Not even mentioning the mental health benefits of not engaging in social comparison all the time. Having mental energy left over, which formerly was sucked up by constant overstimulation of all senses, will make you feel more able to get things done. It will increase your self-efficacy. This goes hand in hand with the last aspect, which might be the most individual. For me, organizing and structuring my day helps me so much in keeping myself stable. I do also enjoy periods of being more spontaneous and not aiming for increased efficiency, but I always need to go back to this working structure. What I do is having certain routines and a to-do list for every day where I source out everything I want to do on the day so I don't forget anything and have positive feedback when checking it off. Having a certain morning routine, including breakfast and meditation, gives me an ideal start into the day. After that, I look at my to-do list and plan at what time I do what is due on the day. Optimizing all these aspects can increase the availability of time and energy in a day. I personally try to reward myself on the evening by doing only those things which I really want at a time, but only after I have completed or reorganized everything which was planned for the day. I might go more in depth on some of these aspects in other videos, but for now, this is a compact guide for improving one's everyday experience. Try it out and see what changes these aspects can make in your day-to-day life.